Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Attack on Show. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Jay Marsh.
It's glad to have you back.
Yeah.
That dress was nice.
Thanks, bud.
Anyway, we've got a fun episode lined up for you today. We're going to take a look on Beacon Rewind.
Yes.
With one of my faves, Elmore Leonard's Out of Sight.
Yes, a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I can't wait. If you've not seen this, stick around. You're going to want to check that out. And then we're going to do Binge-worthy.
Binge-worthy!
It was a Starz original, now on Netflix. We're taking a look at Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yes, phenomenal.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's the spooky season, so
it is.
Stick around to see if this is worth watching with what short amount of time you have left.
Yeah.
And then we're going to wrap things up with I Miss My Mtv. My boy Chet Faker's got a new track out, Low. I'm so excited for this song. It's a very cool beat.
Yes.
You guys are going to like it if you make it that far. I hope you do.
Sure.
Before we get to all of that, though, there's some important things you need to do. First off, you got to click like.
And share.
Yes.
You got to share.
And then you got to click subscribe. And
yes.
then what else next to that subscribe
the
button?
The most important button is to make sure that you're hitting the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, you don't know when our new phenomenal episodes are coming out.
Saved by the bell.
Yes.
See what I did there?
Oh, nice,
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Stick around. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is
Attack on Show.
back.
Yeah, we are
a little bit. Sorry about the break.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. We got some other things going on.
We do.
Yes.
We do. I've been tied to the computer for the last month.
Some very interesting things going on. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Project Horror.
Project Horror
is coming out. Well, let's roll it.
What's that?
Project Horror.
What, the teaser?
That's from the teaser.
Stay tuned.
It's okay. We will get this off. We will get this off.
Jamie?
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
What were you doing here tonight?
So?
What'd you think?
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Just a tease. It's just a slight look in there.
There's a super sexy cop in that.
Yeah, very quick.
Yeah, just saying.
When you're doing stuff for cheap, you got to use who you can. No.
Anyways, we're going to move on.
Yeah, what do we got? You want to do Beacon Rewind?
Yeah. So this is fun.
Yeah, Beacon Rewind.
We have a lot of Detroit things going on. We have your film, and now we have this.
Well, yeah, I mean, mine made headline news, and then Steven Soderbergh came in to film his movie here. And speaking of Steven Soderbergh, got us thinking, one of my all-time favorite movies of his.
Hey, you know, it's funny, we talked about this, and it kind of popped up. We're like, oh my God, yeah.
Out of Sight, starring George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez, Ving Rhames. The cast in this
phenomenal.
Movie just keeps going.
And
Dennis Franz is awesome in it. One of his best roles, I think.
Correct.
But a lot of people, I always start, when I start talking to people about Out of Sight, I don't know what it is about the title or maybe the way it was marketed. Everyone thinks this is like a chick flick, or they're always like Out of Sight.
Which I never, you're right, and I even think with the name Out of Sight, I guess I could see that. Having seen the film, I don't look at it that way.
It's certainly not.
No, it's nowhere near a chick flick. It's quite the opposite,
No, it's quite the opposite. In fact, if you're fans of Tarantino fans out there, or Get Shorty, Elmore Leonard, who actually did write Get Shorty, has this unique way of writing amazing characters, colorful characters. And Out of Sight is basically George Clooney is a bank robber who's breaking out of jail, and on his breakout, they kidnap Jennifer Lopez, who's a U.S. Marshal who was visiting at the time. Him and her get thrown into a trunk while they're escaping, and his friend's driving them away. And they have this amazing, one of my favorite conversation
in a trunk
scripts,
which is phenomenal. Yes.
You're at a bar, and I came up. We started talking. I wonder what would happen.
Nothing.
If you didn't know who I was.
You'd probably tell me.
The two of them talk, and it's like right there, like George Clooney just falls in love with her, takes her purse, and then they have to get separated. And throughout the whole movie, she's part of the task force trying to capture them. George Clooney's still calling her, trying to like meet and wants to talk to her.
Yes.
Meanwhile, while they're still planning this major score of like a diamond heist. There is so much interacting pieces in this film. Steve Zahn, this is where I got introduced to Steve Zahn, who was around for a few movies prior. But amazing, where he plays Shades, where, you know, he's an amazing comic relief in this. Don Cheadle is in this movie.
That's right, Don Cheadle is in this, yes.
I'm telling you, the cast is, there's even an amazing cameo from Batman. I won't say which one, but an amazing cameo in this where he pops up, and it's just a small part. A lot of people think it's tied to Jackie Brown, interesting enough.
Same universe type thing?
Yeah, actually, speaking of the Tarantino universe, a lot of people believe that George Clooney's character in Out of Sight is the character that they're talking about in Pulp Fiction when he talks about a guy robbing banks, never using a weapon.
That's what I'm talking about. Knucklehead walks into a bank with a telephone. Not a pistol, not a shotgun, a phone. Cleans the place out, they don't even lift a finger.
They think that he's actually talking about
that would
George
be awesome.
Clooney's character, because George Clooney mentions in the movie he's never used a gun to rob a bank. So they think it's all kind of tied to the same universe.
Phenomenal. So I did not realize that.
Yes. Yeah. Some amazing footage, some scenes shot here in Detroit, Old State Theater, they called it at the time. But there's some really cool footage of Detroit that they bring.
There's a from the restaurant in the Rensen scene type thing.
Which is my second favorite screenplay dialogue there. With the way that George Clooney and her talk, it's an amazing.
I think that's the standout scene to me in the movie. That's what always goes. That and the trunk. They clicked really well in this film.
The chemistry.
The chemistry is phenomenal between the two of them.
Yes. So definitely, if you've not seen Out of Sight, I believe it's on Netflix right now. You can find it streaming. Google it. Even if it's $2.99 to rent.
It's actually totally worth $2.99. Yes.
Huge. Fans of Steven Soderbergh, like I said, he moved on to do like the Oceans 8, 9, and 11, 10, 11.
Whatever.
He's done all those films. He's a very successful director. But Out of Sight is really what launched
Out of Sight
him.
opens up to that. Absolutely.
Highly recommend watching it. So I am voting watch Out of Sight. Jeff?
Oh, absolutely watch Out of Sight. Yes.
So leave us comments below if you go and check it out. We'd love to hear if we got that one right or wrong. And then we're already moving on to, that's your cue.
Binge Ready.
No, Binge Ready.
Oh, Binge Ready!
Listen up now. This is serious.
I was just wondering,
No!
So one of the films, or one of the series that we noticed just popped up on Netflix was Michigan's own Bruce Campbell's Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Yes.
Actually, it's both Michigan's own, because Sam Raimi's executive producer, original director of the original Evil Dead. And fans of the original Evil Dead movies, not the remake, the original. Bruce Campbell, the Jen. God, I love the Evil Dead movies. Army of Darkness.
This kind of picks up at a weird spot. Like, he didn't do anything after this. Like, he came back from what, 1400 AD or whatever, 1700 AD or wherever he was at, and he's stocking shelves.
He's still working at the store.
He's still stocking shelves.
Yes, this is a direct sequel to Army of Darkness.
Correct. Not
so many years later.
Yep.
So if you did watch the originals, I don't even think you watched the original Evil Dead, because I believe 2 and 3 are kind of, 2 is a remake of 1, and then Army of Darkness was a fun sequel after it. I have to say, if you're fans of those two and like kind of the slapstick type humor with this violent premise, with some scare factor in there, you're going to be a huge fan of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Absolutely.
This picks up right, like you say, right after Army of Darkness, years later, but it picks right where that left off with like the humor. Bruce Campbell, who is an amazing in everything that he does.
He is.
I love
yes.
Bruce Campbell.
God. Yeah, looking good. Looking sweet.
I do love that it was a Starz original show, because that leaves no limits on what they could show.
Exactly.
What they could say.
Yes.
First thing I gotta do is see a guy about a book. There must be some spell I can say to undo all this. The other first thing I gotta do is some cardio, because my heart is jackhammering like a quarterback on prom night.
The dark humor in this series.
It's phenomenal. With the wonderful Lucy Lawless, who is, I'm always, There's nothing she's been in that I haven't enjoyed in some way. I think she's a great actress.
A great fit in this series.
Absolutely.
She comes in as kind of a mysterious character at first. You're not quite sure how you feel about her, as if she's a bad guy, good guy.
Yep.
And she plays it so well. I do gotta say, I thought she did a great job in this series, and then especially bouncing off the cast, because they had already established a cast.
Yes, she's kind of the new little spice in there to throw. Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
she did a great job. But the budget on this series, I think, was top notch. Like I said, the effects look like you're watching a movie.
Far actually beyond the movies.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. This is kind of again, people, I keep telling everyone that we are literally in the golden age of television.
Oh, yeah.
You
don't think it does not feel like you're watching a TV series.
No,
they do a great job with the visual
30-minute
effects.
episodes, which is a night that's kind of uncommon right now. It's kind of nice.
I think it's the perfect fit, though.
Yeah.
I was shocked when it came out to find that they were only going to be 30 minutes, because I watched this when it came out on Stars, and I was surprised by that and a little let down, but I think it works because for the amount of humor and what the toilet humor, we'll say.
Oh, well put. Yes, the blue humor.
Yes.
You know they were Jewish, right?
I did not. Wish it could have said something before I made those dumb crosses, but...
I think can only run its course for so long. I think
Yes.
that, we talk about how comedies tend to run too long.
Because I think
this does a great job of just giving you enough.
To like stream entire season of this.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. So you're gonna probably want to break this up and take your time, but I find it hilarious. Anything with Bruce Campbell, I'm on board. If you've got Netflix, definitely check out Ash vs. Evil Dead. It's a watch on my list.
It's a definite watch on my list as well.
Yes. Let us know what you think. If you find it funny, if you think we got a horrible sense of humor, let us know that as well.
Yeah.
Let us know if you got scared by it. I'd love to know.
Yeah.
So on that point, I think it's time to move on to some I Miss My Mtv.
I miss my MTV too.
No, I miss my MTV.
Now I miss it more. All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I Miss My MTV?
Absolutely.
You ready for some music?
I'm ready for some music,
Awesome.
yes.
We're going back to one of my faves, Chet Faker. Some of you might have heard his track before. Talk Is Cheap was one of his bigger ones. Gold was a great track. He's got a cool electric type sound with the music, and his vocals are wicked. Always a lot of fun. His videos are always amazing, and he just released his new track, Low, so I wanted to bring that to you guys. So enjoy a little bit of Chet Faker.
So what if a fire is just a life for you to get to know? Just because of you.
Do you feel low?
I feel, I can never feel low watching a show, but I do,
Just a cool groove tempo.
It's a very
I love that
groovy,
track.
kind of a chill.
Yeah.
Kind of, but slightly more than chill because of that beat. I love that.
My only critique is like, man, this would have been great at the beginning of summer to like roll the windows down.
Yeah, it's funny how songs, it's interesting you say that. It's funny how songs can hit differently depending on the time of year.
They have a seasonal aspect to them. And
They
I
absolutely
think that would
do.
have been a great summer jam, but nonetheless, still great to listen to now indoors, huddled up in a blanket in your basement waiting for the summer to return.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's going to be a rough couple months.
It's okay.
Everybody, we hope you enjoyed the show. If you haven't yet, even though we told you at the beginning, make sure you click like and subscribe, and
make sure you hit the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, you don't know when our next episode comes out.
Yes, you want to know when the episodes come out.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we've had a little bit of gap, but we're back on schedule, everybody. We even got some fun things coming up, some interviews coming up.
Yeah.
We get to talk to Joker himself. Chris Newman's going to be stopping in the studio to interview him.
A lot of fun stuff coming up. Yeah.
We just brought Injustice for you, or Injustice for All to you guys on the last episode.
Yep.
Chris saw the show. And he's like, man, I really want to come in the studio.
And again, a lot of work with Project Tour coming up as well.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of fun and exciting things.
Absolutely.
Super excited. So stick around for all of our new content. As always, I'm Robbie.
And I'm Jay Marsh.
And this is
Attack on Show.